Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's the first time I did that scheduled thing. I didn't know I had to actually hit something at the time. So that's good to know. I guess otherwise, that's a good idea because it would just go live in your pocket and you'd look like an idiot, right? But welcome to Brews and Blades. We are doing it on a different night than usual. I cannot be on the next couple of Sundays. So, yeah. Hello, Harley. Duke and Virginia game is still on. Yeah, I don't watch college sports, so I don't know that. I didn't know. All right. Hello, Libya. How you doing? Hello, Nick. Yeah, I try to pull out some stuff you guys seem to like. I always try to have some eye candy out here when we get started. We're racking up a few here. All righty. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. I'm sorry. Some shaking is going to ensue. It's a bit off than I want it to be. There we go. Try to center it up a little bit better. All right, you're gonna see my mouse because I like that. No, the knife sale is on. I'm gonna put it up right after this. I thought about waiting until tomorrow morning, but I am going to put it up when this is done. It's all uploaded and all that stuff. I just gotta click live once we're done here. So give it a few minutes after we're done. I gotta wait for this video to process, and then I'll put it up. So yeah, um, we'll start out. This is Brews and Blades. I sit and drink a beer, and I talk about knives and stuff. And today's is a pretty special one. This is Three Heads Brewing Rochester Lancers Lager. This is our local, it's not the soccer team, a lacrosse team, I believe. No, it's soccer. It says right there. Yeah, the soccer team. I don't watch either of those sports, but it's really good beer. This is what they sell in the stadium there in Rochester. And Three Heads is awesome. They sponsor the TV show slash podcast slash Facebook Live show that I do. So thank you guys a lot. As always, I pilfered this from our fridge at the studio. So crack this open. Um, uh, I'm gonna answer some questions here in just a minute. Before you get going, I drink some of this beer. That's really good stuff. It's not the first one of these I had. I had one yesterday, but man, they are. It's delicious, just like a plain old lager. I don't know if you can find it online anywhere and whatnot. If you live in upstate New York, you'll probably be able to find it. It's delicious, though. It's really good stuff. Everything Three Heads makes is really good. They're like my favorite brewery in the history of ever. Not only because I know the guys well, but they're just awesome. What do we want to talk about? First of all, I wanted to say Stas23, very good friend of the show. If he wants to, or if he, I think he's coming on. He said he would. But if you want to go check out his Instagram page, he also has a sale going on tonight. He already sold some stuff, but there's still a lot left there. So go check that out if you're on his Instagram. He's got some cool stuff for sale. Definitely some stuff I'm pretty tempted by if I sell everything in mine, which isn't that much. There's only 8 knives for sale. As I said, they're going to go up at the end of this. I'm sure I'm going to answer that question a bunch of times. But yeah, once this is over with and once it processes, which takes usually 20, 30 minutes, sometimes only 10, but my internet's been a bit weird, but it seems good now. So we will see. Once that's processed, I will. I just got to click go live because the video's already uploaded and all that stuff. And some stuff from my buddy Mike down in New York City. He's got some really awesome stuff. So what's the word, Dice Man? The word right now is ouch. I'm very sore today. I'm very, very sore today. It's been nasty. We've had so many different weather changes. My body has reminded me of every single injury I've ever gotten, which are plentiful because I used to race mountain bikes for a living, and I hit the ground a lot. And my back and my knees and my ankles and everything are just killing me today. I've been such a whiny little brat today. That's probably why my wife went out with her friends instead of hanging out with me and listening to me go ow, ow, ow all day. So, but as soon as it's done, I'm gonna lay on a heating pad and watch anime. That's what I'm gonna do. Some things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to let me pull up my notes here. I turned them off so I could see your chatties. What anime? I'm gonna watch Genlock. It's pretty great. I don't know if you qualify it as anime because it's not Japanese made, but it's on roosterteeth.com. It's pretty awesome. It's got David Tennant in it, so it's not gonna let me look at my notes. There we go. Upcoming things we have, and one of these is slightly dependent on you guys because I'm selling some stuff off, and I really want to get this stuff sold. So look at that sale. If I sell even like one of the two big expensive ones I get, I'm getting a Benchmade Super Freak is going to be coming very, very quickly. Definitely coming is the new version of the Real Steel Metamorph, the new aluminum one. The titanium one, I was very disappointed that they changed it. The titanium version, I was all excited about it, but it's a regular flipper. The whole thing about a Metamorph, it's just a really cool front flipper. But I'm getting a new version of the aluminum one that has the grippier milled scales on it, and also Max Ace Goliath, which is a huge thing that I just thought looked really cool. And White Mountain Knives sells them, so I got to do that. Thanks so much for White Mountain Knives for helping us out with stuff. I kind of asked him, "Hey, what cool stuff do you have that you want people to see?" And he said that, so that's what I'm getting, and it is pretty cool. It's a gigantic thing though. Let's just a few questions, and then I have a couple of topics I wanted to talk about. Yeah, the Max Ace stuff. A bunch of people have told me you got it, and one of my buddies is a really huge Max Ace fan. Like you're here in town, and I get to see him sometimes. And he has a bunch, and they all always are really cool. But the design didn't stick out to me. But the Goliath, even though it's huge, looks pretty. It looks pretty cool, I have to say. Yeah, my favorite anime is Gundam anything, or Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, this new Genlock thing on roosterteeth.com is actually pretty freaking cool. And I think it's on Verve too, VRV, whatever you call it. But it's got David Tennant in it, who was my favorite Doctor Who. So I, I had to check it out, and it's pretty great. It's pretty awesome. Has some swears in it and everything. The Goliath is what is it? No, it's I don't remember. It's a weird steel. It's the Bowler equivalent of D2. I can't remember what they call it. K110. Is that it? I think it might be K110. But yeah, it's huge. It looks pretty cool. Who is anime? What knives do they make? Yeah. We get off topic a bit here. It's fine. Yeah, DBZ is great. My favorite is Kill Like Kill. Have you seen it? I pretty much stick to mecha stuff. And I swear, we're going to cut off the anime talk in like 30 seconds. Just give me a minute. I pretty much stick to mecha stuff and DBZ. And I do like, what was the one? Oh, there was one I just recently, not recently, a couple years ago I watched that I really loved. Oh, Code Geass. That was pretty awesome. Code Geass is pretty great. Brawley, I have not seen it yet. The sales aren't here. The sales are going to be on after we're done here, because doing them live never works, because I want to respond to your emails and stuff. So as soon as this is done, there will be a sale video going up. All right, let's talk about knives and get off of anime. You are correct. What new stuff have I had arrive? You guys saw videos about these two. I freaking love. I love this. The new Master Op Dow. So good. It's just, I love the way it's just so slim. It's been great. I found myself earlier today, I was carrying this pair of three. That's what was in my pocket. And I just was walking around with this in my hand. I don't know. I just really like it. And I just like carrying it around. It's so pretty. I just really, really like it. Who's doing the Manix M390 in brown? Have not seen that. Is it a distributor exclusive or a Sprint or what? I didn't see anything about that. Steel Will needs to release G10 versions of the original D2 lineup. I kind of think that's where they're going, because they're doing everything now. Instead of that FRN, they're doing everything in this G10 liner lock, like this liner, mini liner. Should specify, because the other two reviews of the liner you can find up were Kevin Cleary and Eugene Kwan had one, but theirs were the big one with the green handles, the 3.75, the very large one. This is 3 1/4 or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, they're coming out with so much, and the Piercer came out kind of like this too. I kind of think this is where they're going, where their budget stuff now instead of the FRN. I may be wrong, but they're releasing new colors in the M390 stuff of the cut jack. They have that new bright green and stuff, but nothing new in the FRN. Well, no, I guess I take that back. They did do the Intrigue with the new coated blades, so maybe they're not, but I think you'll see a lot more in this kind of configuration, and that's good because the D10 on this is awesome. Quality is great. I'm going to have a full review of this out next year, or next year. God, that would be a long time. Next week. I want to get a little bit more time with it. I did take it apart. Had a slight issue with that. Nothing too big, but the screws are kind of soft. I didn't strip anything out, but man, I came close. I had to use a brand new T6 on one of these back here to avoid stripping it out. But took it apart and went back together easy and all that stuff. This is just an awesome knife. I really, really like it. Still waiting on the M390 Intrigue. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Why it's taking so long. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know why they are putting out the D2 in different colors, like a slap in the face. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they've decided not to do it. But how's my Keen? Love it. Tiny little pieces. It is one of my favorites. And it hasn't snail trailed up too bad. It's got a few marks on it, but not too bad. The finish on this is definitely something that's going to mark up. The loaner I got was in the bronze, and it had more of a stonewashy finish. And I guess I kind of expected the gray to be the same stonewashy finish, and it isn't. It's more of a bead blasty finish. If I'd have known that, I probably would have gotten the bronze, but it's great. The blade on this thing is just so good. And yeah, not one person said the Keen was bad, because it isn't. There's really nothing to hate about it. It's pretty awesome. Even has a good sharpening choil. Like, I don't know what else you can think. I saw that Fox with the G10 and 690. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. When can we expect full reviews on the Kapara and the bare knuckle? Didn't I do the bare knuckle? Thought I did. Maybe I didn't. I'll probably throw them in a long-term update because I've put them in so many comparison videos and stuff that doing a full review is kind of a waste of time. But they will be in long-term updates probably in a month or so. Have you seen the Tuya Hive yet? Yes. That looks super cool. That looks really, really, really awesome. Your Keen has a weak detent. I said this earlier in a comment on somebody else's video that detent is one of those things that I think is what varies the most as far as QC goes. And it's not even one company you can blame it on. I think everybody has somewhat inconsistent detent because you'll get people who, like for example, my bare knuckle, which I have over my bare knuckle is great. It was a little stiff when I got it, but it's broken in well. I did adjust it a bit, but I didn't really have to. But other people are like, oh, the detent's super stiff, it's completely unusable. And I'm like, oh, mine was relatively all right. So it is something that I think that's the biggest variable. And it does make a huge difference in knives. So you are always going to get people who say, oh, my detent was weak, my detent was stiff. I kind of just look at the overall average. You guess Steel Bullet's giving up on the Antlock. No, they showed it again. They showed a new prototype at SHOT Show. So, dunno. How does N690 compare to Nitro V? I haven't spent much time with N690 to be honest, but I'm okay with the Nitro V. I've got it on the Perpetua. It works pretty good. I haven't really spent a whole lot of time with N690 though, so I can't really comment on that completely. You've fallen totally in love with the bare knuckle. Yeah, it's $70. It gets so smooth. If you use it for a while, oh, they break in so nice. I mean, this thing is. I showed it in that top 5 EDC videos, but this is ZT smooth now. It really is. It absolutely is. It's so smooth now. Detent's perfect. It's pretty great. It's just a great, great knife. What are your thoughts on the Spyderco military? I had one. Somebody loaned me one. Way too big for my particular tastes. Wasn't really that compelled to do anything with. The one that I was loaned to by someone had a very slight issue with it that was not Spyderco's fault. And I just didn't even. Where's the Spyderco smock shipping from? I haven't seen it anywhere. I'm still been looking for it. They guaranteed us it was going to ship. What was it, 2 weeks ago? And it never did. But I haven't seen it anywhere yet. But I admit I have not looked like today. But I looked yesterday and didn't see it anywhere. Don't mean to say that in an accusatory tone. I'm just genuinely asking where it's shipping from because I do really want one. It's taken so long to come out. I will honestly probably wait until my distributor has it. Oh, yeah, it should be showing at retailers in the next week. They said that 2 weeks ago. That's all I'm saying. So I don't. We'll see. I hope so. I hope so. I really want one, but I'm probably gonna wait for my distributor to get it. And I don't know if he's like one of the first priority people that gets it. So no, the bare knuckle is not thick behind the edge. I did a whole review of it. If you want to go back and look at it, it's pretty good. No, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember numbers, but it was pretty big. Yeah, about 20,000 sounds about right. Twirling. I think that's what it was. Are Tuya knives any good? I saw the talisman online. It looked decent. I think I did a review of the talisman. I know I had one, but I can't remember if that was one that was sent to me for a giveaway like a day before the giveaway, and I didn't have a chance to review it, or if I did. I don't know. I think the OS 10 seems decent, and the talisman's a beast. It was a pretty big heavy thing. But yeah, Tuya makes some really good stuff. Really good stuff. I've had a couple. I've had three or four, and they were all really good. I really like them. But that hive looks awesome. I really want that so bad. Are you ready for the Mass Drop exclusive Super Gold Delica Endura? I want one, yes, but are they? When is that ever going to come out? Wasn't that like a really long time ago? I don't remember if I got in on the drop on that or not. I might have. I have a good relationship with Mass Drop. I might be able to get my hands on one even if I didn't, but I don't remember. Can't decide if you want to go with the Benchmade 940 or the Spyderco Shaman. Wow, those are two dramatically different knives, Greg Peters. I love the 940. I mean, it was in my top 5 all-time EDCs. I used to have a Shaman and I sold it, but now I really want another one back. But the Shaman is a great user hardcore knife. I think if it's something you're going to just as an EDC just to carry every day and in multiple situations, get a 940. I never found that it had a horrible action, Libya. My action on it was pretty good. Get a Manix instead of a Shaman. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. The Shaman is very expensive. That's the thing that sucks about it now. When I got mine, it was 150 and I loved it, but then it went up to, now it's like, what, 184, something like that? They went way up. Yeah, because I don't think I even tore my Shaman apart, and the action was pretty good, but 943, yeah, I got to get my hands on a 943, but it's so completely useless because I have a 940 that I love, and I don't know, I just really want to try a 943. I know it's 90% the same knife, but I really want to try one. Yeah, you caught one that was actually live. 130 for an S110V Manix 2. Yep, that is the best thing about the Manix 2, is it is definitely a bargain, especially in the S110V version. Yeah. Okay, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, here's something I wanted to talk about. We're going to have a topic for discussion because we've got 60 people on here right now watching. Something happened in one of my videos in the comment section that I don't understand. Actually, we're going to clear all these out here, so we're going to talk about one knife for a moment. I put my top 5 all-time EDCs, and that video I put up, I tagged some people. By the way, a couple other people have replied to it, so please go look at it and look at that playlist. It will continue to grow. Excuse me. I know several other people are going to be replying to it. I think it's going to be a really good little thing. It's just a fun little exercise. Like I said, you learn stuff about yourself, what your tastes are. But the thing I was surprised about, I thought the least controversial choice I had on that list was the Spyderco PM2. And man, some of you guys got really angry that I had the PM2 on my top 5 all-time EDCs. What was up with that? What was up with that? I was really, really, really surprised that you guys were so, not all of you, not even a majority of you, but a very vocal minority were quite pissed off that I put a PM2 on my top 5 all-time EDCs. I got stuff like, oh, you're brainwashed, you're just following the hype, or it's ugly. Yeah, it is ugly, but who cares? It's really, yeah. And Shortcut Reviews put it on his too. Yeah, it's like hating on the rat. I just don't get it. I didn't get it at all. And the rat almost made it too. The rat one almost made it on there, but I just didn't get it. It was really weird. It was just like people wanted to really hate it. Yeah, exactly, Libya. You don't care for it, but you recognize the awesomeness. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Oh yeah, by the way, the super chat's on. If everyone kicks in a few bucks, Ryan Ryder, if you were contributing $5 towards me getting a ZT022CF, you're gonna have to contribute about what is it? About 20 times that? No, sorry, about 30 times that before I can afford to buy one. It's not something I'm gonna grab. I don't think it's a little too tiny even for me. That's what she said. Yeah, it was weird. It just got a lot of hate, and I just don't get it. Yeah, all my friends who like are they say I want a really really nice knife. What's the first one I should get? And if they say the budget's 100 or 150, I say some variant of PM2. I almost always say that because I thought no one hated the PM2. I mean, a lot of people don't like the way it looks. I get that, and some people complain about the blade to handle ratio. But if you just use the thing, it works awesome. Um, I used to have a Kershaw Blur. I had the S30V one. I sold it when I got rid of. I pretty much have gotten rid of all my assisted knives because their legality in New York State is a bit ambiguous at the moment. I think it's going to be okay and they're going to be legal, but at the time I had some rare ones, so I just got rid of them. Um, he'll let me borrow yours. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, I would like to try it out, but it looks like it might be too small for me. You would say Sage 1.5, not PM2. Well, I had the Sage 3 or Sage 5 on the exact same list, so it was still. I didn't put them in a rank or anything like that, but not really a Spyderco fan. Any crazy? No, it's not. I'm not saying everyone has to love the the PM2, but I just don't get how I got some just vitriolic hate about it. I got worse even emails than what are in the comments. I got like people took the time to email me to say how I was a Spyderco shill because I dared say the PM2 was good. Didn't understand that. BP69 always got to be controversial, saying that the Sage isn't as good as the Para 3. I did carry the Para 3 today. I did actually tear it apart today. These are matchies, by the way. Except the finish is a bit different, even though it's supposed to be the same, but that's a whole other thing. The Crewwear ones from Knife Center. I did tear it apart today and polish the bushings, and I got it working super smooth. And I do like the Para 3 a hell of a lot more than I did in first impressions, but if I got to choose one, it's going to be the Sage 5 all day long. But that is just a personal preference thing. Just ergonomically, I like the Sage 5 a little bit better. And they put the pocket clip in the right place and the right pocket clip on the Sage 5. So, how did I polish the washers? I just use a strap block. I have a who makes it? What is it? This little Knives Plus strap block. I just polished them on that a little bit. Para 3 lightweight equals native 5 lightweight. We'll see. We will see. I'm very eager to get that. I have it pre-ordered in 2 different places, so I make sure I'm going to get the Para 3 lightweight as soon as possible because, yes, I am chasing clicks on that one because I know everybody's going to want to see it. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, Twirling. How dare you say the PM2, arguably the most prominent knife of this era, is a good knife? What are people thinking? Exactly. Yeah, the Para 3 lightweight looks pretty cool as I'm mush mouthing it. You see the PM2 with the Tonto blade at SHOT Show? Yes, I did. I have precisely zero interest in that. What is the opposite of zero interest? I have zero interest in the Tonto PM2. BD1N is an unbelievable steel. I hope so. I've never experienced it before. So I think it's cool that they went with a weird steel on it. The only problem is everybody's going to think it's just regular BD1, which it isn't. It's a lot different. But people aren't going to. That's my only worry is that people are going to go $91 and it's blah, blah, blah. It's, it's only BD1. That's what the native 5 lightweight costs. So hopefully. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be good. I'm excited for it. It's definitely my most anticipated one so far of the newer releases. I was really happy for the Spyderco Smock, but like I just said earlier, I cancel my pre-order and I'm not even like chasing them down next week when they become available, if they do. I'm going to wait until my wholesaler gets them, which will probably be a couple weeks. And then I might get one if I have the money, but it's not something I was really excited about it. And then it got delayed so much that I just lost excitement for it, which is, you know, terrible, but but it looks like Spyderco's learned their lesson. Hey, Bionic, good to see you. It looks like Spyderco's learned their lesson, and now they're releasing small little batches of stuff. So, just to recap, if you guys weren't on here before, there is going to be a knife sale. As soon as this is over, I'm going to click done on this. It's going to process for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then I will click go live. Or no, it's going to be live. I could click public on the video for the knife sale, and there's some really awesome stuff on there. So please go check that out. Is the Hattie? Which one is that? I know I should know, but I can't. You carry a PM2 in your back pocket. I can't stand stuff in my back pockets. I have a weird thing. Any chance your lantern will be for sale? I laugh at you, Bionic. No. No, because they're not even for sale in real places yet. So there's no way, because I wouldn't be, I love the lantern. It's really, I've already talked about it once, but oh, that's not it. That's another knife. I love the lantern. I'm not going to sell it anytime soon at all. It's a great freaking knife. I don't even put wallets in my back pocket. I carry do I have it out? No, I didn't. I put it in my coat. But I carry a Das auf Mir wallet because I'm a YouTuber, and if you are a knife or EDC YouTuber, you are required to own a Das auf Mir wallet. So I carry that in my front pocket. Wasn't kidding the other day, BP69. That's all I'm going to say about that. Was not kidding. All right, I'm beard up now. What is your best, cheapest knife? It's a weird one. It's a weird one. You know what? I'm going to go reach for it. Hold on a minute. I try not to move out of the way when I'm doing these, but my best, cheapest knife is one that I bought in Portugal, and I do think you can get them on. No, this is way cheaper than a Parrot. I do think you can get them online. I think they're a little more expensive, but I bought this for €7 in Portugal in a really awesome knife shop in Lisbon. It's just a slip joint, but it's an ISIL. I use this a lot. Super comfortable, awesome half stop, pretty smooth action. It was $7, and I just wanted to try an ISIL, and I wanted to buy one there, and it was cheap, and it was an impulse purchase. At the counter, I went and bought a really fairly rare. I don't remember the brand name now. Another one I was actually looking for. It still was also cheap. It was like €20, but it was cool. And then, yeah, I love this thing. It's really nice. It was what, the equivalent of like what, $9-10, and it's nicer than a cheap case for sure. Blade centering's perfect, all that stuff. This is probably my favorite cheapest knife that I have. I'm gonna do a review of it. I just keep meaning to, and then I never do. Yeah, blue. I think it comes in other colors, but I think this particular one only comes in this blue. But they're kind of hard to find online. But I do know I've seen them a couple places. I think they're like $20, a whole $20 in America. But oh, and Opinels are awesome too. Yeah, of course. What watch am I wearing? This is a very old G-Shock. It was a military issue, so I think I got it when I went. It may have been it was either 1998 or 2000. I can't remember which of the two bases I went to, but it's very old. I did just put a new band on it recently. That's why I've been wearing it more. You've been seeing videos more because the band was disgusting. that it came with, but it's way too big for my wrist, but I like it. And I just appreciate that it's stuck around for so long, that it still works. I've had so many other watches die, and this still works. And but usually I wear a Seiko 5, but this I just got back on the road, so to speak, so I've been wearing it more lately. But usually I wear a Seiko 5 automatic, the basic one. I don't wear the Seiko 5 as much during the winter because I don't move around as much, so it dies all the time because I don't move around enough. But during the summer and stuff, I'm always wearing the Seiko 5. It's standard Para 3 geometry. They've already nailed it. Yeah, I do like, I know I bag on the Para 3 a fair bit. And again, I don't dislike it. I just don't like it as much as other Spyderco stuff. But the ergos are pretty right. And the blade geometry is pretty good. So it looks like it's pretty much a carbon copy, but or a plastic copy. What would that be? A synthetic. There's code words we use in industries. We do it in the bike industry too, where you say composite means so in knife terms we call fancy plastic FRN. In the bike community they call it composite, which just means fancy plastic. My favorite word that the bike industry uses is bonded, which means glued together. And press fit means smushed together. I just like those cool little stupid code phrases they use for stuff to make it sound fancier than it is. It's always fun. I bet it'll be a bit thinner behind the edges. BD1 has more edge stability than S30V. We'll see. Or will they just throw it on the same machine? But I don't know. We'll see. Because I assume they machine grind everything. Yeah, this way, but they use the same CNC and all that stuff. But it will be able to take a thinner edge. You are right when someone wants to go, but you can go get it sharpened aftermarket and get it done to whatever you want. Micarta greater than everything else. Micarta is awesome. I do really like Micarta stuff. I don't think I own a knife with Micarta handles. I have some Micarta handles for. They're actually really nice. I have some Micarta scales. I should have put them up for sale because I'm not gonna put them on it because they're too nice for the way I use that knife. But for my cut jack, it may have an M390 cut jack. They want some Micarta scales for. I've got a set. I can even show them to you here on camera if somebody wants to see them. They're really nice, but I've just never put them on. I actually have a stripped screw on my cut jack right now, and I just kind of use it as a beater, so I didn't do it. Have you experienced a Spyderco stretch? Just in a store. I never owned one. How do you feel about Damasteel blades as everyday users? I've never owned a Damasteel. I think I did a review on a couple, but I never really had one enough to really have an opinion about that. Will you check out the Cold Steel AD15? I will buy an AD15 the absolute first possible minute that I can. I promise you that. I really, really want one of those. It looks really cool. Ever use Maximat? Yeah. Yes, I had a Maximat. What was it? I only had it briefly. I don't know if you even made it on the channel. I had a Maximat Spyderco, but I don't remember which one it was for a little bit. But it seemed like everybody says. Praying for a Maximat Gray FRN Para 3 lightweight. I would not be remotely shocked if that happened. I think that Para 3 lightweight is going to be like the Manix 2 lightweight and come in a bazillion different versions. Best type Paladin is one of your favorites of last year. One of mine too. It's a really, really great one. Next will be a Manix 2 or a Sage 5. You can't decide. They're both great knives. It just depends on which one you... if you don't want the extra length, I would slightly recommend the Sage 5 more, but it doesn't really. They're both great knives. I have my Micarta scales for the cut jack M390 that I've never used. I got them in a trade of some kind. I don't remember how. They've never been installed on anything. They're the Shepherd CC ones. They're freaking awesome, but green is no. I just wasn't moving my hands around enough. I do that sometimes. I forget that this is a thing and I have to move. Here's a knife. I switched carries today. I was carrying this in the morning. I carried it again before the show because I actually wanted to go do some stuff, but put the full 470 in my pocket because only because Metal Complex, great channel, but he doesn't like it, and it offended me because I really like it. So I got it back out again, and I started playing with it. So it was in my pocket for a couple hours this afternoon. No, he doesn't have a good D10. He didn't like the D10. It's fine. Not everybody has to love everything I love. God, if that was that way. Hey, I just had an idea. This wasn't planned. What do you think these two are a good battle to the death? Not that well. I guess they are fairly far off in price, aren't they? Huh? But they are both kind of slim, fancy pants. Hmm. Yeah, but what are these two? 260 for the 0470? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Just an idea. It wasn't even a thought I had until right now when I just set them down. I was like, huh. They're kind of both slim, little, slicey, kind of gentlemanly things. I do have a type. I do kind of know who would win, I think, though, before I even do it. Ow, that was my elbow. Ow. Another thing for me to complain about. Yes, my Kapara is very drop shutty. Pansy knives. what are you carrying? Like what is the big giant cold steel? The Formax. Are you carrying one of those or something? Yeah, I think the Kapara would probably win. I do love this knife for a lot of purposes, but for overall, yeah, I think probably the Kapara would smoke it quite handily. Best knife for 100 to 125 bucks. Oh, the Espada, yeah. Man, 125 bucks. You can get a lot of good Mannix variants for that prices. Again, I feel like we said the Mannix a lot right now, but you can get a lot of good Mannix variants for around that price. You can get the mass drop stuff. Yeah, that's probably right too, Torley. That's a really good suggestion. You know, now that they are available all the time, I forget to suggest them and stuff. You're going to see them coming out. Bug out's also an awesome suggestion. If But now that the mass drop stuff, they've kind of changed stuff, and now they're just going to be available. I'm going to start recommending them a lot more. I didn't at first because you had to be in on the drop and all that, but now they're just going to keep almost everything in stock. Their exact words to me were, if it does not say on the site X, or the limited to X number of pieces, that means they're going to keep redoing it. Yes, there's going to be a second drop of the Mass Drop Perpetua. There's going to be a second drop of the Dow that I just had in front of me. There's going to be more Keens. They're just going to be like in stock over the next few months. So, yeah. Oh, the beverage of the day is the Lancers Kickin' Lager. It's our local soccer team. Three Heads Brewing. It is outstanding. It's just kind of a simply fresh, good Stella, is the best way I could describe it. Anything in the 2019 lineup you're leaning toward besides the 8015 from Cold Steel? Not from them, but from everybody else. Well, the 8010, I guess I'll probably try that out too. But we already talked about the Mannix, or the Para 3 lightweight in no end. Yes, I'm in Rochester, New York. The Tuya Hive. Yep, I'm looking forward to that. Somebody mentioned the Mordax. Yep, I got me one. There is a bit of a difference. This was a final production prototype. The only thing I know they changed is this screw on mine is a 1.5 millimeter. I think it's going to be a T8 on the production one. But other than that, this is the production one, and it's glorious. Yep. Oh, you're in Buffalo. I'm sorry about that. No, I'm just kidding. I actually really like Buffalo because I have really good stand-up gigs there. I've never had a bad gig in Buffalo. I've always done really well. So I do like Buffalo. A lot of my really good friends are Buffalo comics who are outstanding. If you haven't gone and seen comedy in Buffalo, you really should. There's a lot of really good comics up there. Do you like the Mordax as much as the Dow? Yeah, they're probably about 50-50. I'm not as hot on the finish on this. But I've heard bad things about the milled, not bad things, but the milled version isn't as comfortable, so I wouldn't give it up. But I wish I'd have gotten the. They just sent me whatever they sent me, so I had no choice. But I might try and get the bronzed, because I heard the bronzed ones have a different finish on the handle. So you should bring your act to Raleigh, North Carolina. I should, because my sister lives there, and I keep trying to, but every time they offer me a gig, the timing doesn't work out. There's a really good club down there. Is that Charlie Goodnight's? I think it's Charlie Goodnight's is. What's my favorite lock? I don't really have one. I get to play with too many. I can't pick one. It's versus of this job is just that, and to me this is a job, by the way. I do treat it as such, so I'm always going to refer to it as a job. But I get to play with so much that it's just really hard to choose. I happen to have all my Mass Drop knives out right now. This isn't a Mass Drop commercial. They just happen to all be out right now because I just did the review of this, and I'm a lazy man and didn't put them away. So we'll put them all out here that I own. These are the ones that I have. Yeah, the Dow and the Mordax and the Keen and the Gent. And I have no plans on getting rid of any of them. Oh, and also, I forgot I got this little... I gotta put this review up too. I already recorded it. A little Ferrum Forge Crux. Or Ruck. Sorry, Crux is a completely different knife. A Ruck. I put this on last one, so... your Fancy Pants Dog Tooth will be coming this week. Hope it's better than the original. This isn't a Mass Drop commercial, sure, okay. No, the only thing that Mass Drop has ever done for me is they gave me one of the prototypes of the Mordax. That's it. And I'm not allowed to sell it, so I didn't really gain anything financially by it. I just got to have a good just got to have the I just got to have it before everybody else, but it's no financial gain because I'm literally like not allowed to sell it. So they gave me that was it. You said, oh hey, Super Steel Steve, how's it going, man? What are you giving BP69 crap for? What do you do now? He's always giving me a hard time. Oh yeah, you started it, BP69. I should have known that. You started it. I'm team Steve. You've already pissed me off once tonight, BP69. Sweep the leg. You gotta go for the chop block, Ric Flair style. That's my go-to move in a fight. Punch in the throat, chop block. It's all over with. What else we got laying out here? I actually did a good job of putting my knives away this week, so I don't have as many laying out here as I usually do. I got this the other day. This is a beast. Artisan Cutlery Ravine, the M390 S35 one. Nobody does crazy better than Artisan Cutlery, man. Nobody does crazy. They're just awesome. They just do insane stuff. So good. This thing actually will cut things. I've already filmed the review on it, and this is the only spoiler I'll give for the sale thing tonight. This is on the sale thing tonight. It's I'm getting my tastes are expanding more, but not quite this far. But this is in the sale video tonight for an extremely reasonable price. I think they're $200 retail. I won't say what it is, but if you're interested in that, go check it out. Steve's going to be a bigger channel than you in a year. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I think he's got to calm his potty mouth before he gets bigger than me. YouTube's going to get mad at him soon. YouTube's going to put him in YouTube jail. That's the only thing I watch when I see your videos, Steve. I like your videos, but you swear so much. I'm like, dude, you're never going to make a dime doing this. If you don't care about that, that's cool, and God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. But you know that. You've mentioned it before. You know what you're doing. You know your brand. I don't think you can chop block someone in the throat unless you are much more agile than me, Steve. Um, it doesn't. I've heard that doesn't work well to retreat something after it's been done, but whatever. We Blitz, is that the one with the logo? I don't know. You just got this Tatara? Yeah, all Civivi knives are really, really good. I did not get this Tatara because honestly, I'm just going to be quite. I have this a Civivi here, so we'll pull this out and we'll talk about it. I I was fatigued by Civivis. So many were coming out when this Tatara came out. I was like, oh my god, another one. I don't. I know. I'm gonna wait a minute. I just don't. And well, Rich, when this is done, go. You'll see it's a really good price. Uh, the I just was done. There's so many freaking Civivis. I just couldn't keep up anymore. And I saw that, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna wait. And then it then by the time I saw some reviews that said how awesome it was, um, the black ones were all gone, and that was the only color that I want. So I'm kind of stuck now, waiting, unless someone has a black one they want to sell me, which probably no one will. But I did miss out on that. That was my mistake. I should have gotten it, but I was just kind of. This is the only Civivi I own right now. I sold a bunch of them, um, or all of them except this one. Uh, I just got fatigued. They just came out with so many so quickly, that I kind of got fatigued, and I got to keep things fresh, and I didn't want to become the Civivi channel. So I thought I'm going to wait a while to review that, and then the one that I wanted is gone. so so we will wait. Obviously, the knife community as a whole does not have Civivi fatigue because they are still selling like the proverbial hotcakes. Where did selling like hotcakes come from? Does anybody know that? I've always wondered that, and I've never bothered to Google it and look it up because I don't do hotcakes sell particularly well. Didn't International House of Pancakes almost close a while ago? So the Wyvern holds approximately zero interest for me. If someone sends me one to review, I'll be happy to. But as far as something I would buy and keep and review, or buy and flip, put the effort through to buy and flip and review, it's just dragon scales are not my thing. Although I just was playing Ultima 5 the other night. Do you guys remember I made an Ultima 5? I made an Ultima reference, and what review was that? Earlier this week, I made a reference to a late 1980s video game that I used to love, and I and called Ultima, and I remember Ultima 5. I used to play all the time. I used to really love it. And then I went on this website called GOG that has old video games, and they had Ultima 5 on it. And I've actually been playing it the last couple of nights, late at night when I should be sleeping. I'm playing a 1988 video game late at night, so that's what I do with my life. Para 3. We ever talked a lot about the Para 3 lightweight. I don't know if I like it. I don't have it yet, but I assume I will. I assume I will. My sister just texted me. I can see it in the corner, and she is celebrating because Tony Stewart broke up with his fiance. So that is how I told you my sister lives in North Carolina, so she's probably driving to Tony Stewart's house now. So if you see a news story tonight about about a woman stalking Tony Stewart, that's my sister. You still liking the Wii Streak? I sold it. I didn't. I don't dislike it at all. But I gotta feed the beast. So I sold it. Um, oh yeah, the Wyvern doesn't have the gold stuff. That's good. So oh, it's a depression thing. Okay, I never knew where the hot sells like hotcakes thing went. I didn't know where that came from. I had no idea. Feed the beast, feed the brew. You're right. I need to drink more beer. Hey, Blue Collar Survival. How's it going, man? How's it going? I've been a good boy not using the vape during this whole thing for 51 minutes, but I found my favorite one again today. I lost this for a while, and actually my wife found it, and I couldn't find it. Frozen in Minnesota. How cold is it up there? It's like only like 25 here, but it's windy as hell. And my son was uh, nice enough to walk 25 minutes and go, or not 25 minutes, but 15 minutes and get us fried chicken. Oh, email me, Troy. I'll look it up. We had some horrible shipping stuff with right after my last knife sale. We got but the post office was closed for like 3 days, so they got pretty backed up. But shoot me an email and I'll find the tracking on that for you. I would think you got it by now, but who knows? I've been waiting freaking 2 weeks for a week and a half for 1099s that were for my taxes that were mailed to me from 2 hours away, and I still haven't got it. What's in that vape? It's just I actually have it out here. I'm doing commercials right and left. Holo Tribeca smooth tobacco 6 milligram. It's the plainest possible stuff I can get, so that's why I use it. I don't like vape stuff to have any flavor whatsoever. I just want my nicotine and that's it. I don't like big giant clouds or anything. You got down to minus 50. We got minus 17, and then wind chill was minus 40. And they had the post office closed for 3 days. We got mail, but the post office was closed for 3 days. Does the BV paint their liners or some kind of? It's some kind of coating. I don't. It's not anodizing. It's not paint, but it's some kind of coating. Yeah, even my vape stuff is Brian spec. You're right. No, it's not completely. Look, it's not going to come out in the camera. My actual vape thing has glitter in it, which I didn't know until I bought it. It had protective thing on it, and I peeled it off. I was like, oh, it's got glitter on it. That was kind of annoying, but it works so good. I forgive it. I have 3 or 4 of them around here. I keep changing all the time. You go in to buy vape juice, and they have a new cool one, and you get another one. And glitter bomb. That's what I call my daughter. I have a almost 17-year-old daughter. She's 17 in a month, actually a month from yesterday, and yeah, she leaves a trail of glitter everywhere she goes. And if she doesn't, my cat's transferred around the house. You'll pick up a cat and it's covered in glitter. He buffed a bit of color off the liner, so yeah, it's some kind of coating, but I know it's not paint. I don't know. You need a vape thing in M390, yeah, or at least titanium. I can't believe nobody's made a titanium vape pen. I'm really surprised by that. A little rattle can will fix that. Yeah, no, I know it would peel off. It's fine. I hold it. Nobody can see it anyway. And you know what? If you're using a vape, you look like a dumbass anyway. It doesn't matter if it's got glitter on it. It doesn't matter. You can't make a vape look cool. It's just impossible. I love my cats. Well, I love one of my cats. I'm okay with the other one. I love my daughter. My daughter's actually pretty cool. My daughter's badass. Oh, you don't vape in the house? I do in my office. I have my one area I'm allowed to in the house, but I don't anywhere else. But the stuff I use doesn't smell like anything. You can't even tell. So I sometimes I do in the bathroom and no one knows. Cats aren't awful. Not all of them. Some of them are. They have more potential to be awful than dogs do, but some cats are pretty good. My sweet boy is a very good cat. I love him. Actually, if you were listening earlier, he was meowing to try and get in here. Whenever he hears my voice, he wants to come and jump on my lap and hang out. He's pretty cool. I just showed it. It's a Halo Tribeca. It's the juice that I use, tobacco. My cats, once you get to know their personalities, they're pretty predictable. My other one's only like 9 months old, and she just all of a sudden in the last like 2 weeks got super fat. So we're going to have to try and cut her back on food. That's going to be fun. Your medical alert bracelet is titanium. That's the coolest and saddest thing I've ever heard in one sentence. That's a good job. Yeah, I'll try out the Wyvern if somebody sends me one or something, or it goes around in a pass around, but it's definitely the one I'm going to buy. Name them. What am I going to be naming? As a whole, I prefer dogs over cats, but I have had some cats that I've really liked, and one of them we have right now is probably the best cat I've ever had. He's my buddy. He's pretty cool. Um, I like to say it's made of space age materials. What's the grind on your medical alert bracelet? Yeah. What's the thinness behind the edge on your medical alert bracelet? Um, you have a micardica medical. Oh, we're trying to outdo each other now, huh? I don't have a medical alert bracelet. I do have when I ride bikes. I've got one of those. What do they call it? I can't remember the name of the brand. They're really awesome, but it's got a little tag on it with all my information and stuff. Not too interesting. The only thing I'm allergic to is penicillin. Nick Shabazz is not human. Changed my mind. I cannot. He's a friend of mine. I've spoken to him on the phone. We've exchanged many messages, but I have not seen him in person yet, so I'm still not really sure. I cannot prove otherwise. I believe he's some kind of humanoid adjacent or humanoid analog. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, I can't say he's definitely human. I can't say for sure he's not actually Batman. I can't say that for sure because I've met Batman. That's not true. What else do you want to bring out? Oh, here's something else I tore apart today. Today was knife maintenance day because my back was killing me and I couldn't move around. It's been very bad. I did tear my old Wii rectifier apart, and I knew I hadn't in a really long time because it didn't have KPL on it. So you can tell by smelling it. I still really like this thing. This almost made my top 5 of all time. It really did. And I mentioned in my my video the only reason why I didn't have anything Wii or Best Tech or anything on is they come out with so much stuff that I can't keep track, and I just don't have time to fall in love with one like I do with other stuff. And this is one I have pretty much fallen in love with. I've always liked the rectifier since the day I got it. I still like it. No, it doesn't say that, Catbird. You don't get my knives. That's not who they're going to. How are the ergonomics on it? Very, very good. That's why I like it so much. It's very comfortable. It's very comfortable in the hand. Doesn't cut very well, but yeah, good action. Not bad. It does. I have not put my knives in my will yet, but I need to. What kind of lock? This is a button lock on it. Yeah, or a friction lock, depending on how you want to call what part locks. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm still using the KLP. It's still great. I'm getting a bit sick of the smell. Other than that, I really, really love it. It does everything it says it'll do. It's just as good as everybody says it is, but the smell's kind of getting to me. It smells like cherries, depending on what people say. But I think it smells like cherries. It smells like fake cherry flavor stuff, and I don't care for that. But that's getting pretty old. But other than that, it's pretty good. No, it's not snake oil at all. It's as good as everybody thinks it is. That's just like the thing we were talking about with the PM2 earlier, where I put the PM2 on my top 5, and some people got really upset and said, "Oh, you're just following the hype." You know what? Sometimes, and the KPL is the same way. Every time I mention KPL, someone says, "Oh, you're just following the hype." You know what? Everybody's just following all this hype. Sometimes, here's a shocking thing. If you see dozens of people say it's great, you know what? Maybe it's great. Maybe it's just really good. You don't always have to be a contrarian and say, "Oh, it's just blah blah blah." It's just you're just following hype. You don't need to be a contrarian. It's just good. It's just good. Do you like the Kershaw Blur? Yeah, I had one for a while. I sold it because we actually that just came up earlier tonight. The legality of assisted knives is pretty ambiguous here right now, so I sold all my assisted stuff. Yeah, new Tangrams would be good. They haven't come out with one in a really long time. People said, "Why didn't you have any Tangrams in your 2018?" Because they didn't come out with any. So, CBD. I get you guys got me saying CBD oil, and I'm like, I haven't heard of that brand of knife lubricant. I do not know of what you speak. I didn't realize that's what you were referring to. I do get a whole lot of ads for CBD oil. We're supposedly making everything legal here in New York here in a couple months. Yeah, that's how boring I am. Is I didn't realize what you were referring to with the CBD. Is it super steel you feel is overrated? Um, Not the biggest S110V fan in the world, but I don't hate it. I think most of the real, I think 20CV is good. M390 is good. Yeah, I don't really. I don't know. No, I S110V be the only one that immediately pops to my mind. 8CR womp womp. Yeah. S110V is just kind of. I mean, it holds an edge fine, but when you lose it, oh, it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, I just don't like sharpening S110V. I don't like messing with it. It just seems M390 is M390. You can make a bit of a mistake and correct it because I've done it before, and it took them. I got the bevel completely uneven, and I went back and fixed it, and it worked better. But S110V is such a pain in my ass. It's just difficult for me personally to sharpen. So I know other people think it's fine, but an S90V, I don't even like sharpening that much. It's not that bad, but I don't enjoy sharpening it much. It just takes a long time. Yeah, M390 is becoming the new S35VN. What sharpening system do I use? I don't have a very good one, which is also probably part of it. I just have a Lansky, but I hardly honestly ever use it lately. This was like, months ago when I used to actually sharpen my own stuff a whole lot. But right now, I use a sharp maker. I have all the sharp maker stones and all that stuff. And then if something that I just try to really make sure stuff keeps a good edge on it. I only have to touch it up. And then if I need more than that, I have lots of friends that are very good at sharpening, and I send it away because it's just easier. But I do want to get my distributor now that I'm getting knives through sells camis, and I'm probably finally going to get one. And I'm going to learn all that stuff. I want to get it before the snow stops flying, so I actually have time to sit down and learn it. But we will see. Change some stuff up. What else do we got out here? This big beastie out here. What else do we got? Man, like I said, I've been doing too good at cleaning stuff up. I put so many knives away. Yeah, sharp maker and strop is pretty much what I use to most of the time. And if something gets really bad or it gets a really significant chip or something, I just send it off to friends. I'm sure Super Steel Steve is rolling his eyes at me right now if he's here right now because I said that's what I do. But no, I don't send it to a possibly. I have friends like right down, and I have a buddy in New York City who does an awesome job, and he doesn't charge me, so that's who I send stuff to. He's actually got some knives for sale in my knife sale that's coming up as soon as this video is over, which I need to start wrapping up. We're gonna wrap this up in about 5-10 minutes. If you guys want to kick in a bit on the super chat thing, it's down below. Click the little money thing, click in a couple bucks. We always appreciate that. And again, as soon as this is over, there's going to be a knife sale. It's a pretty small one, but it's stuff I really, really, really want to get moving. What is my favorite Civivi? The Backlash, one of the OGs. I really like that 9CR13 steel. The most I've used. I've used it a whole lot, and I don't think it's really significantly worse than the VG10 they charge more for. So I really do like that. Shard is really nice too. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate it. I'll knock that off your purchase of the 9CR18. Yeah. What did I say? Did I say something else different? 9CR, whatever, I think is what I said. I'll knock that off the purchase of your Artisan if you want it when it comes. Well, if you get it when it comes up. Your praxis is chaos. I'm going to assume that's a good thing. The praxis was cool, but it's just I don't need anything that big. You can see it being too far from Brian's spec. No, the shard wasn't that. It was just the size of it and stuff. I've got a lot of knives in that size that I like, and I just didn't hold on to it. And I did really enjoy the. I did like the look of it. It wasn't the looks. I liked the gold liners on that. The color spec that I got, the brown with the gold liners, I thought it actually looked pretty cool. I think that yellow with the gold liners or the red looks horrible. But CRKT Tie-Tac Tonto. I've almost bought one of those a few times. Just to try it. Thanks, Jason. I really appreciate it. Is there any last thing? I made some notes. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yeah, this is one thing I want to talk about. I knew I missed something. Tuesday or Wednesday, I am recording the first episode of the podcast with Mr. Elijah Isham. So I'm going to be interviewing him. Going to keep it around 30 minutes to an hour. Not going to make it super hugely long. It's just going to be a one-on-one interview. I'm not going to do like segments and stuff like that. I'll do a little welcome hello segment. We're just going to get straight into it. I interview people a lot for a living, and I really enjoy doing it. And we're not just going to talk about knives. I'm going to talk to Elijah about. I want to know more about how a guy winds up like that, because he's an interesting dude. He is, I think it's fair to say, a unique individual, and I want to know more about grown up, how he wound up getting into knives, how he wound up being that guy that he is, because he is a unique guy who is very comfortable in his own skin, and those kind of people really interest me. I mostly review comedians, so he kind of reminds me he's a creative guy, entertaining guy. Yeah, he's a character, yes, and I really want to know what happens to a guy that you wound up like that. So, and I think everybody else does too. We love his knives, but we don't know anything about him. He's an enigma wrapped in a, what is it? Question wrapped inside an enigma. And I want to get down to like what makes him tick. So that's kind of what all these reviews are going to do. And then we have Greg Medford I'm doing probably a couple weeks after that. And then the one and only Mr. Nick Shabazz, which I will ask him, since you guys asked me, to prove he is not an alien. So, because I don't know. I don't think he is, but I can't wait for me to interview Frankie and Bird's Pugs. Where do I find your podcast? There are a couple up, but they're very old. There's a link down below. It's youtube.com/Slicey Dicey podcast. But there hasn't been a new one in a long time. See you later, BP69. There hasn't been a new one in a long time because I used to do it with Stas23 and Zell, and all three of us got so busy it just wasn't going to work. So now it's just going to be audio interview, one-on-one. That's it. So I think we're going to wrap this up now. I think it's gone long enough. It's 10 minutes over the amount of time I usually do. Thank you guys so very much for coming to hang out. This one was a lot of fun. This was good. I did it on a different night. Let me know if you want me to start doing it on Saturdays. That's probably not going to work for me, though, honestly, 'cause I'm usually doing comedy on Saturdays, but I'm not this week. Usually do them on Sundays, but tomorrow night I'm off to do, I have a business meeting thing tomorrow night, so I can't do it. So, yeah. We'll probably go back to Sundays. All right. Sundays is better. On that lovely, perfectly worded note from Libya. Thanks, Rodney, for the last minute. That was good. I very much appreciate that. Sale time, just a few minutes. I got to hit done. This will process. As soon as it's done, the minute this is done processing, I will put the other one live. You guys, or maybe I can do it simultaneously. We'll find out. It may be a couple minutes. It may